If we haven't met already, my name is Christina Fontanelli, and I am Children's Home and Aid Mental Health Consultant. Today, I have some really innovative videos for you to provide support for resources and how to just get through the next couple months of 2021. And so I thought it'd be very important for me to share who I am, what's my background. And so I am an artist, I am Afro-Latina, and I am a psychotherapist. And I specialize in art therapy and dance movement therapy. And I'm also a certified clinical trauma professional. And so a lot of the strategies that I'm going to be sharing with you is going to come from one, a trauma-informed approach, and two, it's going to be innovative. It's going to be creative. I'm going to ask you to think outside of the box of how we can provide support and how you can get resources like never before. And so get paper, get something to write with, and get ready to learn some quick tips on how to move forward and elevate to the next level. So let's get started. Today we're going to be talking about strategies for caregivers. Now, 2020 has changed us tremendously at Children's Home and Aid and all that we do. And so I'm going to be talking to you through the lens of a teacher, through a staff member, and through a parent. We're going to be going over 3 key strategies for caregivers. The first one is going to be boundaries. The second one is going to be community. And the third one is going to be self-care. I believe that these are 3 things that can go really well together in order to help us maintain our mental, emotional, and physical health. So we're going to start with boundaries. Again, 2020 has really changed what boundaries look like since we have transitioned from working from home, going back into the office, and we still have some people who are hybrid. And so we don't really have a defined set of like, what does work look like, what does showing up as a parent look like, and what does it look like to be, a coordinator or director, because it's all been mixed up together. So let's go back to the basics. A great analogy that I came across was a battery. And so just like your phone, you charge it overnight and you wake up and hopefully it's on 100%. And throughout the day, it may decrease the more that you use it, depending on, if you're on the phone, talking, texting, looking at videos. And so I know for certain phones, they give you notifications like, hey, you've reached your 50% level. Hey, you've reached your 20% level. You reach your 10%. Warning, the battery's about to die. And so I believe that we also function in that as well. We know when we're fully energized and we know when we're completely drained, when we're low, when we are just like not at capacity. But I don't think that we do a great job at communicating this. And I say we because I'm still learning this and still practicing this in my everyday life as well. And so I would encourage you all to kind of tune in with yourself. We all have symptoms of when we're starting to lose energy, when we're feeling frustrated, when we're feeling irritated, or maybe we just had a long day because it took a lot out of you. And so I'm going to encourage you all, as you set boundaries, tune into your intuition, tune into your body and your mind. When you feel like you're at 50%, maybe you need to vocalize that. If you're a parent, an example could be, hey, mommy really wants to be able to help you with this, or really wants to sit here and draw with you, but mommy needs 5 minutes to herself. If you're a teacher, this can look like maybe you had a challenging day and a child was throwing a tantrum. And you just can't, for the life of you, get them to calm down or feel grounded. And so tag team with another teacher and say, hey, would you switch with me for, a couple minutes? Or say, hey, I need to step out and go to the bathroom for a second. Really listening to when that battery power is starting to minimize as much as possible. And through the lens of a director, really being able to lean on your staff members, because it's not just you, but it's also the umbrella. We're all working together, and our number one mission at Children's Home and Aid is to provide support for families and children, making sure that they're seen, that they're heard, and that we can help them through the resources that we can provide. And so this goes into our second topic, number 2, community. You're not in this alone. You're not. We all have team members that we can count on. If you're a parent, I always encourage parents, and I ask them, do you have an aunt, a cousin, a family member, a grandparent that you can go to for some support, where you can maybe bring the kids over and do community? And I know that, with COVID, everything has changed, but phones still work. We can still FaceTime and have video calls. It's so important for you as parents and guardians to be able to lean on your community and say, hey, I just need some resources, I need help, I need support, or I just need to talk to an adult today. There's no shame in that. Through the lens of a teacher, this can look like, hey, I'm just out of ideas, or I'm out of innovative ways to be able to keep the kids entertained, or calm or grounded, and being able to say, what have you tried in your classroom? What have you tried, online? What videos have you found? What strategies are you doing? Being able to really support each other through conversation. And just because you ask for help does not mean that you're weak. Remember that it's a strength to have. And so if you're a director, leaning into your administrative staff. If you feel like you have to do it all on your own, you don't. Lean on those people who are there to support you and to build you up, and say, hey, do you mind following up with this? Hey, can you schedule with this? Hey, can you make sure that this gets sent, or that we follow up and loop someone in on this? I'm sure that they'll be more than happy to be able to just provide and carry. We have to carry each other through this time. And so the last thing we're going to talk about is self-care. I'm a huge advocate for this. Anyone who's taken my workshop or has spoken with me, it doesn't matter what goals you have, what title you have, what you do in life, if you're, just super successful, or you are a young teenager. We all need self-care. The moment that you're able to have conversations with yourself and sit down and say, what do I need, is the moment that you'll start growing and healing. At the end of the day, we're all human. We're all caregivers. We all pour out. And so it's so important that as much as you pour out, you're pouring back in. And self-care can look like morning routines, water, tea, eating your favorite meal, taking 5 minutes to journal, taking your favorite class, watching your favorite movie. It's when you connect back to you. Who makes you you? You want to take care of yourself. You don't want to be burnt out. And we want to be able to do the work as a whole for the next 6 months, 8 years, 10, 20, however far you plan to go. You want to be able to sustain this. And so, again, let's review. Boundaries, community, and self-care. With those 3 things, I encourage you to try to implement some new tips, some new strategies into your everyday life and see what works for you. I encourage you to get really creative, really innovative of what you can do to help yourself help others. Talk to you soon. Bye.